Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are going to solve this problem involving ratio. So let's focus on part A, where we have three quantities and I see a decimal, a fraction and a whole number. The very first thing that Mr. Tan here likes to do is, I do not like to see fractions. So what do you think we should multiply all three quantities by? 3. Brilliant. And I will get the following. After you multiply all by 3, now we are only left with the decimal. One decimal place. What do you think I should multiply all the quantities by so that I will no longer see a decimal? Yes, 10. And this will give me 6 is to 20 is to 90. Is there a common factor among the three quantities or an even number? Wonderful. I could divide all by 2. Since all are even number, and after which, this will be the final answer as there is no more common factors among the three. And let's move on to the next part. Alright, for part 2, we are required to express 0.2 kilometer as a ratio of 45 meter in its simplest form. The very first thing that caught Mr. Tan's eye is that, the units are different. Can I use the values as it is now? Wonderful, you all are smart viewers. Yes, we should not. We should convert them to be the same unit. Either you convert all to kilometer or you convert all to meter. Mr. Tan would like to convert 0.2 kilometer into meter. Then we could express as a ratio by having 200 is to 45, and from here I could divide both by 5 to give me 40 is to 9, and that happens to be the simplest form. As for the last part, we are given this equation and yet they ask us to find the ratio. Don't worry, do remember that there is a special relationship between a ratio form and a fraction form. Okay, so that is our objective. We will eventually try to make sure we get the fraction for P over Q. Starting with P over 3 equals to 3 over 5 times Q. This is Q over 1. So I will have this first. Next, I'm going to divide both sides by Q, so that this Q will be here. I still have my 3 over 5 here. I am going to multiply both sides by 3, so that I will no longer have the 3 on my left hand side, and voila! I have successfully gotten P over Q equals to 9 over 5. And what do you think is the answer? Brilliant. 9 is to 5. Well, that's the end of this part of the video. So if you like this video at any point, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And let's move on to the next question. Everyone, welcome to this part of the question where we are given that a bank charges simple interest rate of 4.38% per annum. Well, this means that this is for 1 year, and every year it is 4.38% of the loan. So the next piece of information would be she actually took this loan for 4 years, and in these 4 years we actually accumulated a total of $35,040. So the very first thing I will want to take note is, since we are given an interest rate per annum per year, so I would then be very interested to know how much is the interest for a year. Given that I have this, I paid so much for 4 years, so I'm going to divide by 4, and this will give me a value of $8,760. And now is the key. So this interest for a year represents this 4.38%. So our job now is, therefore, the study loan, which is our 100%, is how much? So I would then have to divide by 4.38 to get how much is this 1%. And once I know the 1%, all we have to do is to multiply by 100 to give us the amount of study loan. In this case, 20,000. All right, let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this part where we are given a diagram that shows a line that passes through these 2 points, -2.5 and 3.5. One thing to take note is that this happens to be a horizontal line. And for all horizontal line, the equation is simply y equals to the y coordinate. In this case here, this point here would actually be 5, and therefore y equals to 5 is the equation of this particular line. Notice we use the word state the gradient of this line. This is something for everyone to remember. Gradient of a horizontal line is always 0. All right, we have come to the end of this particular problem. Hello everyone, welcome to this part of the problem where we are to express 1/2/5% as a decimal. All right, so all we have to do is simply, given this, to divide by 100. And that will give us a value of, since they want us to be in decimal, 0.014. Part B, during a recent price hike, the price per kilogram increased by, oh, this is 10 clue, 9.5%. And after this increase, it is this price. So what then is the original price before the price hike? So the key question to ask ourselves is, how many percent does this $7.20 represent? It's an increase. And we are comparing with the price before the price hike, and therefore we are actually trying to find the 100%. This 109.5% represents $7.20. And in order to get the 100%, which is the price before the price hike, I am going to first divide by 109.5. This will give me 1%. Thereafter, multiply by 100 to give me the price before the price hike. Which is $6.57,534 to about 6 significant figures first, followed by the final answer to the nearest cent, which is 2 decimal place in this case when we express our answer in dollars. Alright, we have come to the end of this particular question. Thank you for watching thus far. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given a water container which has a small hole where the water is leaking at a uniform rate of 1.2 liters per minute. This means every 1 minute is 1.2 liters of water that is leaking out. Find the volume of the waters that will be leaked out in 1,500 seconds. And because they are going to give in terms of seconds, at the side, I will need to convert 1 minute to 60 seconds. So 60 seconds is 1.2 liters of water being leaked out. So we are tasked to find 1,500 seconds. This means I will need to divide by 60 to find out how much water is being leaked out in 1 second. And the moment I know that, I will just need to multiply by 1,500 to give me a value of 30 liters. And if the water container contains 210 liters of water, how long will it take for the water container to be emptied completely? Final answer to be given in hours. Well, I do know that from part A, 30 liters of water is represented by 1,500 seconds. From part A. Then 201 liters is how many seconds? Yep, multiply by 7, multiplied by 7 to give me 10,500 seconds. But since they want us to leave our answer in hours, So therefore, I will then have to convert this to hours. And how do we convert it? We are going to divide by 60 to get 175 minutes. And then convert this to hour. I will have 2.91667 hour. Final answer to live in 3 significant figures. 2.92 hours. With that, we have come to the end of this particular problem. And if you have any point you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and let's move on to the next question. Welcome to this problem here where we have Mary and her 2 friends when going to a buffet restaurant to celebrate her birthday. And for each person, the price is this, $18.80. Before the service charge and the GST, 7% in this question. So our job now is to find the total bill paid by Mary and her friends. So first thing first, the total bill before the service charge of 10% and the GST is equal to this value. $56.40. So therefore, the total bill with service charge and GST is equal to $56.40. I will have to multiply by 110%. That includes the service charge and also the GST. Okay, so this one will be equals to 110 over 100, 107 over 100, and final answer $66.38 to the nearest cent. All right, let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where Mr. Lee is buying an aircon with a cash price of $3,500, and the shop actually gave him 2 options to pay, either option A or option B. So let's see which one should he choose. All right, so for option A, 30% deposit, then thereafter 15 months of $185 payment. So for option A, the cost of the aircon will then be 30% of the aircon price, followed by 15 months of $185 payment. And this will give me a value of $3,825. As for option B, no deposit required, but he will have to pay an additional interest of 8%, simple interest, for 2 years. So for option B, right? Then the cost will be equals to the interest, which is 8% of the price of the aircon. For how many years? For 2 years. Of course, he still have to pay the $3,500 lah. And this will give me $4,060. So, which option then should he choose to have a greater cost saving? Well, the answer is option B, right? And to make it even clearer with the clear calculations, we do need to share with people that having chosen option B, how much did he actually save? So the savings will then be $4,060 minusing this to give me a value of 235, meaning that Mr. Lee should choose option A, as he would save $235. And with that, we have come to the end of this particular problem. Let's continue to watch more of my videos as we learn mathematics. Hello everyone, welcome to this speed question where there are 2 parts. So let me zoom in on part A. Train A leaves station P and moves towards station Q. It travels 72 km at this speed, 28 km at this speed for 2 parts of the journey, and I saw an important piece of information. It reaches station Q at 11:24 p.m. having started the journey at 8 p.m. So, find the average speed taken by this train A. So in this particular question, all I'm interested to know is that since we are finding average speed, it is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. And I could actually find this total time easily. I could also find the total distance pretty easily. Because I would have 72 kilometer and 28 kilometer, yes? So 72 plus 28, that will give me the total distance. And the total time, 3 hours and 24 minutes, which I'm going to express in terms of hours. And this will give me a value of 29.411, 8 to 6 significant figures, followed by 3 significant figures. Alright, done. And now on a side note, right, the total distance is actually 100 kilometer. When I move to part B, then there are this train B leaving train Q. Half of the journey is at 40 km per hour. Stops for 30 minutes. Continue at 20 km per hour. And so the time taken by train B is therefore 50 km, because total distance is 100, divide by the speed. That will give me the time in hours. 30 minutes, but I would need to convert it to hours. The last 50 km is at 20 km per hour. And this will give me a total time of 4.25 hours. For part 2, find this speed after the 30 minutes break so that train B can reach station P at the same time. What does this mean? This means that actually at 20 km per hour, right, train B will not be able to reach train P, station P, at the same time as train A. So step 1 would be, I do need to know what is the speed for this. What's the time, sorry, for this. So the time taken by B before starting the second part of the journey. So I will have my 50 over 40 as well as my 30 minutes break. So this will be equals to 1.75 hours. And therefore the time, because we do need to reach within these 3 hours 24 minutes, the remaining time for this train B, should we want this train B to reach station P at the same time as train A reaches station Q, would then be we are left with this much time, 1.65 hours. And therefore I would then be able to find my speed. The required speed is therefore, we still left with 50 km, and I need to complete this 50 km in 1.65 hours. And so I will get 30.303, 5 significant figures followed by 3 significant figures. And okay, with that we have come to the end of this part of the problem. So if you like this video at any point, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question on graphs, linear graphs to be more specific. So let's look at part A, where we are required to find the value of P given this equation. Where Y is actually the manufacturing costs to produce t-shirts and X is the number of t-shirts. Yeah. And so looking at this particular table, this is how you should see it. X will be green color, Y is blue color. So when Y is P, my X is 5. So we just need to substitute into the equation provided, and that will give me the answer. So the answer would be 10. Now that I know this is 10, I'm going to plot this particular table now. If we look here, do take note that the largest value of Y happens to be 22, and the largest value of X is 15, and that all are positive values. So right, in this case here, we are going to draw the axis here. With 4 cm means the big box is 5 t-shirts. X-axis 1 cm to represent $1 on the y-axis for 0 to 15. So I'm going to have this, and my axis, I'm going to use this. Okay, so let's start plotting with my ruler out. Okay, this will be my x-axis, and because all the values are positive, that's how I'm going to just make sure that I can finish this particular y-axis as well. Okay, so I need to have 0. Every 4 cm is 5. So it's 5, 10, 15 for my x-axis. Every 1 cm is 1 unit, $1. So it's 1, 2. I would then have to make sure that I can successfully plot my 22. So do it slow and steadily. You should be able to plot out all the units. And now that I have my axis plotted, then we start plotting the point. The first point to plot would be 0 and 4, where x is 0, y is 4, meaning x is 0, y is 4. It will be this point here. Use a red color to denote it. The next point would be 5 and 10. X is 5, Y is 10. So X is 5. I'm going to go out. It will be here, where my X is 5 at this point. Y is 10. So I continue for my next two values of when X is 10, Y is 16. So if I go back here, I would be able to see my Y as 16, X as 10. So that point that corresponds to this will be here. And the last point is 15 and 22. So 22 will be here, and my 15 is actually here. So if I zoom out again, I should be able to see that it is here. And the last thing to do would then be to join these 4 points. Using a ruler. Give me a moment, okay? And please do remember to write the equation of the line. And that concludes this particular part B. Now, using this graph, we are going to find the gradient of the graph. And so, using the graph to find the gradient, we would then have to find 2 points. I am going to make use of these 2 points now. This will be my 10, X is 10, Y is 16, and X is 5, Y is 10. So from here, I will have my X1, Y1, X2, Y2, so that the formula for the gradient, okay, given these 2 points, I will be able to get my gradient out. Y1 minus Y2 is equals to 16 minus 10 over 10 minus 5. And this will be equals to 1.2. Or 6 over 5. Explain the physical meaning of this particular gradient. It simply means that because this is measuring the rate of increase, that means the cost, the manufacturing cost, of manufacturing to produce each t-shirt is increasing at a rate of $1.20, 1.2 per t-shirt. From the graph, For part D, we will then need to find the following questions. The costs incurred by the company should they decide not to purchase the t-shirt. No t-shirt purchase, 0 t-shirts. So if I go back to this question, it happens at this particular point here where there is 0 t-shirts, and yet we have to pay $4. So $4. The cost of manufacturing 11 t-shirts. 11 t-shirts will be, then we have to look into this, then we will have to look into the point where it is 11, and so we slowly draw a dotted line. This is part of the working, so it would be good should you and then we will be able to get a value of $17.20. This is for my D part 2. $17.20. And the number of t-shirts produced if we spend $14.80. So going back to here, $14.80 is here. So if I follow this graph, then I would be able to get as I slowly draw the dotted line down, $9. So this is D part 3. 9. So do remember to label all your working and the parts that each working that is found on the particular graph, as that will enable us to know where the answer comes from. And that concludes this particular long graph question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are given this diagram that represents a rectangular air hockey table, QRST, and that is being viewed from the top, and there's a disc that is moving from point A to E. Fine, giving reasons for your working, the value of X. I'm going to zoom in here. And basically for this particular 3 angles, they add up to, brilliant, 180 degrees, yeah? And therefore, for this particular segment here, I'm going to just cut it out so that we can focus on this particular portion for our X. Then 2x plus 105 degrees plus x will be equals to 180 degrees because of the fact that they are adjacent angles on a straight line. So from here, 2x plus x total 3x. I'm going to minus away 105 on both sides so that you will see this as the next working. So 3x will be equals to 75. So So my x will be equals to, if 3 of the x's are 75, how much is 1x? Yes, I'm going to divide by 3. So final answer, my x will be equals to 25. That's for part 1. For part 2, let's take a look. We are now required to find angle CDE, which is this angle here. And I saw that there is a parallel lines, and this happened to be my interior angles of a parallel lines. And so I could straight away, since I'm using this, I myself focus on this and shift this over so that it's easier for you all to see. Just make it slightly smaller as a diagram. Okay, so this means that I could tap on one of the properties of angles in a parallel lines. So my angle CDE is simply 180 degrees minus 105 degrees, because they are interior angles with BC parallel to ED. Done. And for part 3, reflex angle ABC will be ABC. We are now looking at reflex angle ABC. Which is this angle here. For this, there are many ways to solve it. I'm going to show you this way, where I have my alternate angle, meaning that this will be 2x by alternate angle. And once I'm able to find this, I will then be able to get this angle later on by the fact that there is a straight line here. Then I will be able to get my reflex angle ABC by minusing away the black color angle ABC. So it's a two-part thing. Step 1 though, you do need to share with people that angle SBC is 2x by alternate angles. So I'm going to just take a screenshot of this particular part, and I'm going to shift it over. Make it slightly smaller so that we can work on this easily. So step 1, this is just one of the suggested solution, okay? My angle SBC is equals to 2x, and previously we have gotten the value for x, which is 25 degrees. So I get 50 degrees. Why is it equals to 2x? Alternate angles, where we would have my QR parallel to TS. Then I will be able to get my angle ABC, the black color, by making use of the fact that there is a straight line, and I'm going to minus away 72 degrees, minus away my 50 degrees, adjacent angles on a straight line, to give me a value of 58 degrees. Now that I know this is 58, then I will be able to get my reflex angle ABC, the green color, 360 minus 58. because they are angles at a point. Yay! 302 degrees. And that concludes this particular question. If at any point in time you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel as we continue to revise for your weighted assessment. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are required to solve this equation. Step 1. If I see a bracket, I'm going to expand and simplify. This will give me 10y, 5 times negative 6, negative 30. Next step, I still have my 10y, but what do you think I should do to this negative 30? Yes, I'm going to add 30 on both sides such that there will not be any more 30 on my left hand side because it will become 0. So that this is what it looks like, and I'm going to just continue to write this step neatly. So I will have my 10y equals to 100. Last, we are going to divide by 10 on both sides so that I'm only left with 1y. Final answer for this 10. With that, we have come to the end of this particular question. Thank you for watching at all times, and if you do like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we are required to solve this equation. Well, I see a bracket, so the next step would then be for us to expand and simplify. You should see this as a negative 3 multiplied by positive 7, negative 21, negative 3 multiplied by negative 4q, positive 12q. I simplify this first. 2q plus 12q will give me 14q. And I'm going to add 21 on both sides so that the next line you see is this, such that on my left hand side the 21 minus 21 will give me 0. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite nicely here. So my 14q is equal to 27 plus 21, which is 48. And therefore final answer, I'm going to divide by 14 on both sides so that I'm only left with q is equals to 48 divided by 14, 3 and 3 over 7. And we have come to the end of this question, and let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this problem where we will need to solve this particular equation. Well, I saw that there is a fraction, so this is what Mr. Tan will do. Looking at this, right, I'm going to get rid of the denominator by, I saw that 5 and 2, the lowest common multiple is actually 10. So first of all, do make sure that you put a bracket. Next, I'm going to multiply by 10. throughout all the terms, so that when I do that, 10 divided by 5, I'm left with 2. 10 divided by 2, I'm left with 5, and you will see this next step. With all the denominator eliminated. Negative 1 times 10 is negative 10. So I repeat, negative 1 times 10 is negative 10. Okay. And now all we have to do is simply to expand and simplify. This will give me 6s plus 2. Positive 5 times 5 is positive 25. Positive 5 times negative 1s, negative 5s. Continue to simplify further. 6s minus 5s will give me 1s. 2 plus 25 plus 27 equals to negative 10. And finally, what do you think we should do to this? Yep, we should minus 27 on both sides. So that final answer, negative 10 minus 27, my s will be equals to negative 37. This is negative 37. And we've come to the end of this video. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.